Are you interested in transferring to earn your bachelor's degree but haven't started your college search? Then you're in the right place. So get out your pencil and start taking notes as we review together some important factors to consider when beginning your university search. If you're in the beginning stages of researching universities, there are a few key essential questions you'll want to ask yourself and answer honestly before using online search engines. One of the most important aspects to consider is if the school offers your intended major. No matter how well you like a school, if you can't graduate with the degree you want, it's probably not the best fit. If the school has your major, there are geographic aspects to consider. Will you be happy in a rural or urban setting? Are you close to family? Do you want to be close to family? Are you okay with added costs of flying? Can you travel easily to and from the school? And is that important to you? If you know you can study the major you're interested in and like the location of the school, the next important factor is the accreditation of the school. Accreditation can often be overlooked, but is very important to consider. It might affect the ability to use your degree toward future master and doctoral programs, as well as transferring to another undergraduate institution. Regional accreditation is the highest level of accreditation available to colleges and universities. Most regionally accredited institutions offer courses and degrees that will be transferable to other programs, and is the type of accreditation you should be looking for in a school. National accreditation is a lower form of accreditation available at some colleges and universities, and could possibly have issues being transferable to other schools, as well as future master and doctoral programs. If the school you're interested in does not at least have national accreditation, you might want to consider attending another institution. Feeling like the campus fits both your social and academic preferences is important. Do you prefer a large or small campus? This can affect many different aspects of the campus, like student population, amenities, social life, extracurricular activities, sport teams, and is important to consider. What is the student to faculty ratio? What's the typical class size? Would you be able to learn in a lecture hall of 400? Or do you feel you need more personalized attention with a class of 30? Do you prefer a private or public college? There are many differences to private and public colleges, like the cost of tuition, religious affiliation, class size, and degree offerings that are important to research prior to deciding on a preference. You'll also want to make sure that your college offers the type of housing that's best for you. Is it required that students live on campus? Most schools in Washington State don't require that students live on campus, especially if you're a transfer student. But if you're looking to transfer to the Midwest or East Coast, this could potentially be a requirement of its students. What kind of on-campus housing options are there for transfer students? Institutions have many types of residence halls. Some residence halls have age restrictions, which are intended for students under the age of 21. And some institutions have residence halls intended for upper division students, including transfer students. So do your research. Every university should have ample information about housing on their website. Are there good options for off-campus housing near campus? You'll want to consider the commute, cost, and potential roommate situation when looking for off-campus housing. Some schools have university forums that offer information about off-campus housing or opportunities to find other students looking for roommates. If your university does not have an online forum, Craigslist can be a good option to feel out the price and availability of housing around campus. College can be expensive and can vary greatly between different schools, so knowing the cost of attendance is important to look at before applying. Generally, public universities will be less expensive than private universities, especially if you qualify for in-state tuition. But remember, if you choose an out-of-state public university, it will be more expensive than resident in-state tuition. Are financial aid and scholarship opportunities available? Some private universities offer more scholarships and financial aid that can often offset the expensive price tag. Overall, make sure to utilize financial aid and scholarships to help offset the cost of a bachelor's degree, regardless if the school is private or public. To truly know if a school is the right fit, it's best to visit the campus. Try and visit while classes are in session so you can get a feel of the campus community. Summer generally has less students attending and might feel very different than the academic year. Prior to visiting campus, make sure to check in with admissions to see if you can set up a campus tour. These tours are generally led by current students and is a great way to see the campus and ask questions from someone that is currently a student there. You may also want to spend time in the student center or around campus observing normal student life. Also, is there an opportunity to speak with a departmental advisor? This would be a great opportunity to confirm prerequisites for your intended major, as well as ask what you can do to be a competitive applicant to gain admission into your intended major. Can prospective students observe a class? This allows you to test out what the classroom environment feels like firsthand. Is there support for transfer students once they're admitted? This may be important to many transfer students, as these services can assist in a smooth transition from Seattle Central to a university. Keep a lookout for specific programs or events geared toward the transition of transfer students, as many schools offer these. Are there support services for students with disabilities? Is tutoring assistance available if needed? If you are utilizing these support programs at Seattle Central, it may be important to you to ensure that your transfer university have these same programs. There may be an application process to utilize these services, so make sure to do your research and apply early if necessary. In order to be admitted to a college or university, you need to meet basic admission requirements as a transfer student. For most schools, this will include general education coursework as completed in high school or at Seattle Central. However, it can vary greatly by university. Questions you should be asking yourself are, what general education courses need to be completed? For example, the California State University system requires all students complete what they call the Golden Four, which consists of public speaking, critical thinking, quantitative reasoning, and a composition course. Other schools don't require any specific coursework, so do your research. What documents need to be sent to complete the application? Typically, transfer students are asked to complete an application, pay an application fee, submit a personal statement, and submit all transcripts from all colleges attended. Some institutions require a high school diploma, high school transcripts, SAT or ACT scores, or letters of recommendation. If these are items you would have difficulties applying or do not want to complete as part of the application, you may want to choose another university. Do you need to submit English proficiency as a part of the application? Most schools will require the TOEFL or IELTS test scores for international students, but this can also affect our non-native English-speaking residents. At some universities, simply completing an associate's degree will satisfy the English proficiency requirement. Check on the university's policy before applying and ask yourself if you would be willing to take an English proficiency test as a part of the application process. Does your transfer university require a personal statement? While most universities have this requirement, there are a handful of universities that don't. Is your intended major competitive? If you're applying to a competitive major or one with extensive prerequisites, you'll want to complete the required coursework at Seattle Central. The College Transfer Center can help you research prerequisite courses required for your major. Prerequisites can vary depending on the university, so make sure to research these requirements early and work with academic advising to create a long-range educational plan to include these major prerequisites. Now that you have some ideas of questions to ask yourself, let's start researching universities. A great place to start is with online resources. The National Center for Education Statistics has a great online tool for researching colleges and universities based on several factors, like intended major, location, public versus private, size of campus setting, religious affiliation, and much more. College Board also has an online search engine to research universities based on similar factors, but also has the function of saving your searches and offers a comparison tool to look at your favorite colleges side by side. Let's take a closer look at one of these search engines and how to utilize it best in your college search. Let's take a look at College Board's search engine at collegeboard.org. You can easily find their search function at the top toolbar called College Search. On College Board's college search page, you can utilize several filters to narrow down your choices from over 3,000 colleges and universities. I always suggest starting with the type of school, major, and location first, as these are often the top priorities when selecting a college or university. For the type of school, generally students pursuing a transfer degree at Seattle Central are looking to transfer to a four-year college or university, so you'll want to select this option first. So we can go to type of school and select four-year college or university. Next, have you thought more about whether a public, private, or for-profit school is right for you? In my selection, I'm going to keep my options open by not making a selection here. However, keep in mind that these selections can greatly affect funding. Next, you can select from school size, co-ed versus single-sex schools, and religious affiliated schools. I'm looking for a large school, so I'll make that selection here. When I'm finished making my selections, I'll close the box and see my results. To continue narrowing my selections, I'll need to continue selecting filters. For location, there are multiple ways to search. You can look for schools close to your house by selecting the distance in miles, like 20, 50, or 100, and entering in the zip code. You can also search by various regions of the U.S., like the South or the West, or you can pick from specific states in the US. You can also select multiple states or regions if you'd like. I'm interested in the West Coast, so I'll make that selection here. Once you've made your selections, close the box and see your results. To select your major, go to Majors and Learning Environment. Here, you can select either a family of majors from broad topics like arts and humanities, business, or health and medicine, or select a specific major by typing it in below. I'm interested in computer science, so I'll make that selection below. There are also additional fields to search by, like study options that might be important to you, like studying abroad, internships, and independent study options. I'm interested in studying abroad, so I'll make that selection. Additionally, if you're interested in extended class availability options, you might want to choose those below. And again, once you're finished, close the box and see your results. Make sure to check out the ample filters available on College Board that can help you narrow down your options, like tuition costs in the Paying tab, where you can find colleges that meet your financial needs, campus and housing, where you can filter schools based on their type of setting, meaning rural versus suburban versus urban, or whether or not it's a commuter versus residential campus, and support services to make sure the institution has accommodations you need. Once you've filtered your heart out, now it's time to look at your results. You can either click on a school that looks appealing to you or start making a My Colleges list. My Colleges is down here, where you can drag and drop schools that you're interested in, like Arizona State, Boise State, and let's see, California State University. Perfect. I'll show you what to do with that later. But first, I want to look at Arizona State University. Here, we can learn more about Arizona State University, that it's a large four-year public university located in a small city in a suburban setting. Additionally, you can find more information on the tabs here, such as deadlines, major and learning environment, campus life, applying, and paying. Additionally, there are specific tabs for just transfer students and international students, so make sure to check that out. Let's click on the transfer students to see what sort of information is there. We can see minimum GPA for transfer students, minimum admission requirements, total students who have applied for transfer, and the acceptance rate. This is some great data, so make sure to check it out. Now let's see how your colleges compare side by side by using the Compare Colleges tool located here. Now we're going to utilize that My Colleges list that you created before. On the Compare Colleges site, you can compare colleges by a number of things, like location, type, campus life, admissions, and cost and aid. We can select from our college list from before that we created. Let's say we want to know how ASU and Boise State match up. Now we can look at the differences. That's pretty great. Or if there's one that's not on our list is pretty small, then we can add the college here. So let's say we're looking at University of Washington. Ta-da! There it is. You can compare up to 3 colleges at a time, so just keep that in mind. If you want to remove a college to add a new one, here's the link, and just click it, and it's gone. As you can see, there's a lot of great functions on this website, so make sure to check out all of the great information this site has to offer. If you have questions about how to utilize this website, come into the College Transfer Center for assistance. There are also on-campus resources you can utilize to begin your search. The College Transfer Center, located in BE 1102F, has great knowledge of in-state schools, as well as informational brochures, additional online resources, and computers that students can use to start their search. Career Services, located in BE 1102E, also has additional online resources, computers, and career counselors that can speak to great universities based on your intended career or major. Thanks for watching Seattle Central's Choosing a University video workshop. With notes in hand, you should feel prepared to begin your university search and utilize resources available at Seattle Central. So go forth with confidence and start exploring your transfer options. For more information, contact the Transfer Center at transfercenter@seattlecolleges.edu.